Hey everybody, welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is Monday, so you know what time it is. It is time for the season finale of 911. This is season 3, episode 10. It was titled Christmas Spirit. So we just gonna jump right into it, y'all. This episode was very emotional, okay? But anyway, we gonna get into it. The first thing we see is a 911 call. We see this lady, she trying to park. Why is she trying to park? Some man, he just cut her straight off. She was waiting for the spot. He cut her off and got in the spot. She like, excuse me, I was waiting for this spot. He like, okay, yeah. So he goes to the store. She going to the store. People just knocking her over, just like about to trip her up and everything. Nobody saying excuse me and stuff. It looked like Black Friday times 10 up in there. So she asked somebody for some dancing duck or something, and then they're like, "Oh, it's down the aisle." When she going down the aisle, everybody running to the back of the store where this dancing duck is. I guess that was the hot commodity. You remember when Elmo came out and everybody and their grandma was trying to get Elmo and was fighting over Elmo and all that other nonsense. So this dancing duck is like Elmo. So she get down there and there was one on the shelf. She grabbed it. And this guy, it's in her hand, literally in her hand. This guy snatches the damn duck out her hand and it's like, oh, I got it. I got the last one. She like the fuck. So after she done got her parking spots taken from somebody, then she getting knocked over in the store. Now the man that stole this duck that she been probably going to store trying to find. She had enough, okay? She pulled out her pepper spray, sprayed this man. He drops the duck. Somebody else picked the duck up. She pepper sprayed them. She was pepper spraying everybody in the damn store, right? So then she finally get her hand on the duck. And somebody is like, ma'am, put down the pepper spray, hand over the pepper spray. And I was like, well, dang, the cops got there fast. But it wasn't the cops. It was Santa. So she like, Santa, no one's in the Christmas spirit and I really need this duck and all this other stuff, right? So he was like, I understand. So he trying to calm talk her or whatever. And he gets her to give up the duck. Not the duck. No. As she was about to it looked like she was about to put the pepper spray in his hands or whatever like that. But she was like, nope. Shh. She sprayed Santa all in the face, child. Next day we see her getting locked up by Althena. And then she was like, oh, at least I got the duck or whatever. At least I came out here what she say? At least I got what I came out here to get or something. And Althena was like, you're not getting that? That's evidence. She was like, what? So after all that, she still ain't get this goddamn dancing duck. So they got Santa in a thing, in the like a chair or whatever like that. They telling him that it's gonna be all right. The burn in his eyes will stop soon and stuff. And so the little kids was like, is Santa gonna die? And he was like, oh no. Buck, here's this Buck. Oh no. Santa's not gonna die. This not even Santa. Like Santa, this is not the real Santa. And he was like, what? Santa's not real. So he was like, no. I'm just saying that this Santa is not real. Whatever. So the kids crying. The parents looking at Buck like, what the fuck? And then Bobby looking at Buck like, just stop talking. Just stop talking. So next we see Michael and the kids. They at Althena in them house. So he brought a tree and the kids is, getting the ornaments and the lights and all the other stuff. And they are trying to bring like some holiday cheer. Because remember last episode, Bobby got sprayed with that stuff. And so Althena hasn't been really in the Christmas spirit and stuff because she's worried about Bobby and his results and stuff. Because he had to wait, 6 weeks, I think? So she's worried about him and the results and stuff like that. So what was it? Oh, Harry had said something about the Christmas not going to take away that Bobby think he has cancer or something like that. And it was like, what in the world? And Michael was like, no, we're going to try to bring some holiday cheer in here and stuff like that. And he looked at a picture of like Althena, the kids when they were little, and him. While, of course, when they was married and stuff, and he got like all teary-eyed and stuff like that. Althena and Bobby came, and when they came, he was like, oh, I gotta go, I got stuff to do or whatever like that. And it was just like, So at that point, I was like, that was weird. But they came and said that Bobby's last test result came back normal. He had one more he was waiting on one more result or whatever. Next we see Eddie and Hen. They're sitting down and they're just talking about how they have to both work on Christmas, and Christopher is upset with Eddie because he has to work and he won't be there for Christmas and stuff like that. And Hen is trying to reassure him, like, don't worry, by New Year's he won't even remember and stuff. So she had brought Denny over. And then they all having like a play date with Buck, and they making gingerbread houses and stuff. And then Christopher had asked Buck if he could spend Christmas with him, since, you know, Eddie wasn't going to be there. And he was like, no, buddy, I gotta work and stuff. And Chris was like, stupid work or whatever. And so Eddie, of course, he was feeling guilty because, you know, Eddie, he's feeling guilty, especially since Christopher's mom is gone. So it's just kind of them two or whatever like that. So he was kind of feeling guilty about that. Let's see. Oh yeah, so then Buck came over there and they was talking, and they were saying like it's been like a rough year for everybody pretty much on the squad. Like I think everybody on the team has been hit with something this year. Like something has hit them. Like Bobby with the radiation, Eddie with the wife dying, and you know, Christopher going through his stuff, and then Buck with the blood thinner and the tsunami. Who we can't forget the tsunami. Hen going through the killing a girl, and Karen not having the babies, and like who did Chimney go through? I don't know what Chimney went through, but it seemed like everybody on the team has had like a rough year or whatever like that. And shoot, 2019, I'm about done with 2019. I am ready for 2020 because yes, it's been one of them years, okay? Anyway, we see Maddie. She gets a check from, what was that man's name? Doug. It was their marital assets, so it was split down the middle or whatever like that. And well, I wonder where his stuff go, because I think the lady said it was split down the middle, and that was Maddie's half. So I wonder where the other half go. I guess maybe to his family. I'm not sure. But anyway, Maddie was just like, I don't know if I should take this. This is like blood money. Like, what I'm going to do with this? And the lawyer, I'm assuming she was the lawyer, she was like, you can do whatever you want. You can donate it. You can spend it. You can burn it. I don't care. But it's your money or whatever like that. And it was what, $486,000, girl. I thought they was gonna show what she did with it, because throughout the show I was like, oh, she gonna donate it to somebody or whatever like that, but they never did show what she did with the money. Next we see another 911 call. This thing had me cracking up. We see a family of 4. They going to Hawaii for Christmas. I wish I was going to Hawaii. Shoot, I wish I was going anywhere but staying in Virginia, okay? Because usually we go like on the whole family cruise at the end of the year. We ain't doing that this year. So I'm kind of bummed, but yeah, it will be what it is. Anyway, we see the man. He said all the luggage and stuff like that. You know, they checking in their flight and stuff. And he got these golf clubs he just brought himself for Christmas. And he don't want to let them go. She like, sir, you can't take these on as carry on or whatever like that. He was like, what? So she was just like, sir, hand over the damn golf clubs or whatever like that. So he finally handed over the golf clubs. The way he was looking at them golf clubs go on that damn conveyor belt, he looked like it was a whole newborn baby. I said, if he don't get over it, but I knew something was going to happen to them goddamn golf clubs. Anyway, we see the air luggage people. So they loading the stuff into, you know, that little cart or whatever, where they load the bags into to carry to the plane or whatever. This one dude, he just tossing stuff. He like, look, we got to get these packages on. Let's go. The other guy, he carrying it like a little gentle baby and laying it down. And the other guy like, forget this, man. Come on, or whatever. So they get to the golf clubs. And the gentle guy, I'm going to call him gentle guy, he was just like, oh no, the thing is full. We can't fit no more on. We'll have to wait for the next truck to come back. The man just throwing stuff. He like, no, ain't nobody waiting. What you talking about? So he takes the golf clubs and slams them into the truck, but in the front, and then it hit the gas pedal. So the dang truck go flying. It did knock somebody over, the air traffic control or whatever. What is that called? I know it's air traffic control, but I know they got a name. I can't think of it. But anyway, it knocks him over. The dang on thing just going round and round in a circle. The luggage flying all over the place. The gentle guy, he hop in another vehicle. He go chase down the thing to stop it. He knocks into it. It stops or whatever like that. He cheering and blah, blah, blah. And the whole time, the man whose golf clubs they threw and stuff, he's looking out the window at the chaos or whatever. And he's like, my golf clubs. So he sees the whatever like that. The gentleman, he cheering and he stopped it or whatever like that. Everybody in the airport cheering. Next thing we see, the plane is moving a little bit and bags are getting sucked into the propellers. It's getting sucked into the propellers. One bag go flying, another bag go flying. Then the man go flying, y'all. I said, oh my God. So of course the team shows up. I said, oh Lord, this man dead. And so when I saw him get sucked in, I said, oh, he is gone. But he wasn't. Cause what happened? Bobby and them showed up. Bobby was just like, Buck, give me, just bring everything. So he was like, y'all need to clear the people from the windows, because when we open this up, it's going to be a mess or whatever. The man started moving his leg, and they was like, oh, that is impossible. So they start tearing apart the propeller or whatever. Like, they start tearing it apart. The man, he's still intact or whatever. They pull him out. They was like, how is this even possible? Like, he should have been, like, destroyed in this thing, propeller or whatever. The damn golf club saved his life. The golf club got in there and wedged into a rotor so it wouldn't spin anymore or whatever like that. So the golf clubs is all mangled up. When that man saw them damn golf clubs like that, he passed out. I started cracking up because I said, he is, child. So, next we see, Bobby and Buck, they talking or whatever, and Bobby nose start bleeding. So next we see them in the station, and Buck, he asking Bobby all these questions. He like, is you okay? Is you got headaches? You having this? You having that? He was like, no, I'm okay or whatever. Like, my labs came back. I'm fine. This was just an isolated nosebleed. It could have been a dry air. It could have been this. He was like, yeah, but are you having these kind of symptoms that you're not telling us about? So Buck is worried about Bobby or whatever like that. And he was pretty much like, I think he looked up to Bobby as his like dad or whatever. Cause he said like, if anything were to happen to him, he wouldn't know what to do or whatever. So he kind of walked away like, I was, worried about you or whatever. So, what else happened? So then we see Maddie, she at therapy, and she telling the therapist about, the check and how she, like, he always, like, what she say? She said, Doug is always ruining my Christmas or whatever. And he was just like, well, you still talking like he's still here. Maybe you need to go back to the site where everything took place and, talk to him and, like, let him go right there. Like, leave him where he died or whatever. So we see that. Then we see Bobby. Well, we think it's Bobby. We see Althena, and of course Bobby, her husband. So Bobby pulling the covers or whatever like that, and she like, come on, don't be stingy with the covers. She rolled over. It's freaking Michael in the damn bed. I said, what the? Now he is tripping. So then Bobby came home and he see Althena on the couch. He like, why are you on the couch with us? She was like, cause Michael's in our bed. He was like, what? Like, your ex-husband? Like, she was like, yeah. He was like, why? She was like, I didn't have the heart to wake him up to ask him or whatever. So then Michael comes out and he was on some sleeping pills. He don't even know how he got there. He never hear about somebody drives, like, he heard about sleepwalking, but somebody driving while they was asleep and stuff like that. And Bobby was like, it's parasomnia. That can be a side effect of most sleep medications. And remember, I don't know if y'all remember, but when Ambien was popular, I mean, people still take Ambien, but not as much as what doctors were prescribing it before. People were eating in their sleep. They were driving in their sleep. They were, I think somebody even raped somebody in their sleep. Like, it was a lot of stuff that they was doing, having like all these weird stuff like that, because people take them a lot on planes and stuff, and they going on long flights. And they was doing all this weird stuff. So it is possible that, you know, he drove over there and went in that bed and stuff, because that's like his home. That's what he knows or whatever like that. So Bobby was like, look, you need to go to a doctor because this is some serious stuff right now. You need to tell your doctor to take you off that medication because this is real serious. I think somebody killed somebody while they was sleep. Well, I think somebody did kill somebody. I can't remember. But I might have to look it up now. But I do think somebody had killed somebody while they was sleeping. So it is possible to do all those stuff. They'll do all those things. Anyway, the next thing we see Buck keep talking on the phone with Maddie. Maddie's in the car with her therapist. They're going to the site where she killed Doug. It was, what was it, Big Bear or something? I can't remember. But she's going back to the site where you know, the murder happened or whatever like that. And Buck is trying to plan something with her, so they talking about it. Next we see Maddie. She talking to the therapist, and the therapist was pretty much like, you know, you need to walk through this and purge Doug, pretty much. So we see like flashes of her at that time where Doug was chasing her and shooting at her, and then where she killed them and stuff. So she was pretty much like, she taking her life back. She living her life. She forgives herself. She forgives him. And she's just living, she's leaving the woods and she's living her, you know, life. And she says she will not be sorry anymore for surviving. And I don't blame her. I'm proud of Maddie for, you know, realizing that or whatever like that. Next, this where, y'all, this where it got like, it was, yeah. Anyway, it's a 911 call. We see a little kid, you know, his mama came home from work or shopping or something. I don't know. He was like, I made you some mac and cheese and hot dogs like Dad used to do or whatever. And then he put like a little garnish on it. It was real cute. And what happened? Oh, so then he was like, you can look over my Christmas list. That thing was 2 pages long, y'all. So she was like, what? And she was like, well, I'll see what Santa can do. He was basically like, Mama ain't no Santa or whatever. And she was like, let me believe, like, you know, around Christmas time, it's magical. It's different from the other days of the week and stuff like that. This is a magical time. So, you know, let's pretend. And so he was like, all right, I'll pretend with you or whatever like that. And next we see her, she like holding her chest. I said, oh my God, she having a heart attack. So she asked him for some water. He go to get her some water. She fall into the tree. He called 911, y'all, and all you hear him is he crying. He saying, Mama, wake up, Mom, please wake up. So then Maddie talks him through CPR. He started doing CPR on her chest, and he broke her rib. So then he got scared that he was, you know, hurting his mom and stuff like that. Like she already not breathing, and he got scared. But Maddie was like, you're doing it right. Just keep doing it. And so he keep begging her to wake up. He keep begging her to wake up. So then I was just like, oh my God, don't let this freaking lady die before Christmas. It's just them two. So like he don't have nobody else to go to. Like, oh my God, like that is like one of my fears. Like that is like one of my fears. Like just leaving my children like without anybody. Like, oh my God. But anyway, so the team arrived or whatever like that. They shocking her. I said, oh my God, please let this lady come back. Please. But so she did. She got a rhythm and stuff like that. I was like, oh my God, praise God. So they take her in the ambulance. They take her off to the hospital. They left the little boy back. Like the cops or nothing wouldn't let him go to the hospital. CPS was coming to get him to take him to the group home or whatever. Hen sat there with him for a little bit and talked to him. And then a cop came and sat with him until like CPS came. Next we see Michael. He looked bad. Like, he really looked bad. I was like, is he on drugs or something? Like, is he drinking? Like, what is going on with him? But he was looking bad. He was dizzy. He was seeing blurred vision. He was having blurred vision and all this stuff. And next we see him. He trying to leave out the mall. He walks through the freaking glass. Like, he ain't open no door or nothing. He just walked through the freaking glass. So, of course, he goes to the hospital. Althena there, well, she came there to get him or whatever like that, because he was going to take a dang on Uber home. She's like, no, like, So then he like, I'm just sleep deprived. Like, I haven't been sleeping, and I'm basically like legally drunk. Because what is it? I can't remember how many days it is. I know it's over 72 hours. Like you, if you don't get enough sleep in 72 hours or something like that, you start getting the effects of being like drunk or whatever like that. I think it's 72 hours. It might be more. But anyway, he was having those type symptoms or whatever. And she was like, well, what did the doctor say? And he was like, nothing. They discharged me or stuff like that. But he already knew what was going on. He was saying that he alone for the holidays and something. She was like, you was not alone. You got us. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you got us with your family and stuff. And they had like a little moment where they hugged and he thanked her for, picking them up and stuff like that. And next we see Hen and Karen, they talking and they getting the presents for Denny out the attic. Child, all them damn presents. They had like maybe 20 or 30 presents for that child. But Karen was like, look, I kept putting them in the attic. I lost count. But anyway, they was talking about the little boy and the mom. And she ended up just getting like a stent in her heart. But they was keeping her. And she wouldn't be home for Christmas, unfortunately. And then the little boy had to go to a group home for the holidays and stuff like that until the mom got back home. Next, we see Bobby and Althena. They in the bed. They discussing Bobby's results. They came back good. So he is in the clear. And she was like, oh, I finally can breathe because it's too much was happening. Just too much. So, that was pretty much it. They got frisky and stuff like that. I was like, okay. But anyway, next, the last 911 call, we see this girl. She got this bad toothache. She on the phone with her mama. They just railing on. She need a root canal or something before the holidays or whatever. And she gets some, oh, shoot. I can't think of that. Dang it. What's it? Some gel that numbs your jaw, whatever like that. She squeezed so freaking much in it. And then at first I was like, what the hell did she put in her? I thought she picked up something that she thought was the numbing medication. But it was the numbing medication. But she squeezed so much in her freaking hand. It looked like a big old wad. Like, it looked like this much. And she just jammed it in her mouth. And then she went to sleep. She woke up and she was blue. We hear her call 911. And she like, I am blue. And he was like, yeah, depression happens a lot around the holidays. I can give you... He was like, I can give you the number to the mental hotline or some shit. She was like, no, I'm literally blue or whatever. So then the team comes to the house and she was like, this is not normal. Like, why do I look like a goddamn Smurf or whatever? And they was like, is you on any medication? Have you taken this? And she was like, no, and whatever. And then Buck and Buck and Eddie, they go looking in her medicine cabinets and stuff like that. And they find the medication, and she must have went through like a whole bunch of tubes, and then another tube, of course, was on the bathroom sink. They was like, you took all of this. What did they say? Oh, so something, once they figured out what it was, she started having a seizure. So they was like, oh, she took all of that. Her CO2 levels is high or whatever. She has hemoglobin anemia, where she took so much it stopped her red blood cells from producing. So they put the thing on her. Well, her numbers was going up. It was like in the 60s and it was about to reach the 70s and stuff like that. They was just like, we got to get her together. So they started explaining what the hemoglobin anemia was to Buck, because Buck was like, well, why the hell is she blue and why does her blood look like chocolate syrup or whatever? So they got the methylene blue and gave her 2 doses. So Shimony like, I ain't never seen a case like, case this bad or whatever like that. So they gave her 2 shots in the IV or whatever. And her color started coming back, and she stopped seizing, and her stats went back to normal or whatever like that. I was like, oh goodness, because she was, and then she still had a bad toothache. But they was like, and then she was worried about going to work. Girl, if you don't call out, so they was like, well, you got the day off, and you got a morphine drip or whatever. So they took her to the dang on hospital. Then they coming back. And so Althena is there. She was like, oh, hey, I heard y'all was gonna have some Chinese for dinner. We got that all taken care of. And they was like, they go up the steps, everybody there, all their families there, little Christopher and his abuela, who else was there? Everybody was there pretty much. Like May, Harry, Michael, like everybody was there, all the families and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, this is real cute. And then Karen had invited the little boy there from the group home. And so the whole group home was there. So I was just like, oh, they get like a real little Christmas and stuff like that. And then Maddie was downstairs with the little boy mom. They sprung her out of the hospital early. I was just like, oh my God, the waterworks. And Maddie was saying that she finally feels free. Bobby told everybody to come upstairs before the bell rang so they can eat, so they prayed over the food and they ate. Then they gave the gifts to the kids in the group home, which I thought was good. Hen and Karen decided they were going to adopt from like foster care and stuff like that. And then we get to Michael. He over there by himself and he's still looking bad, y'all. So Bobby went over there to talk to him. Michael tells Bobby that when they were doing the scans and stuff, they found the lump. He don't want Bobby to tell Althena and them yet. He want to meet with the specialist. He said he just want to have one Christmas with, the kids and stuff like that or whatever. But he already thinking doom and gloom. Like, he don't know. It could be benign. It could be operable. Like, he don't know. But he was all like sad and stuff like that, which I understand. But, next they go take a group photo and then it kind of ended. So it will not be back on until spring. However, we are getting, and I've been talking about this during every video. We are getting, 911 Lone Star. They showed a quick preview or whatever like that. It looked interesting, and they got some good characters in there and stuff like that. So that comes on January 19th. I will be watching it, and I'm probably going to review it as well. Because, I like the 911 franchise. Well, I like the 911 show. This is the second second guest franchise or whatever like that. But anyway, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to record it. And I hope you will be watching it with me. And what else? I had something to say. Oh, that's it. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are a viewer and not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. Boop. Please, please, please. Thank you. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I will see y'all back in spring for this 911 show. And I will see y'all January on Sunday for Lone Star 911. And if you watch any of my other videos, I will see y'all on those dates as well. Until next time, y'all. Peace.